we'll hear more in detail throughout the day what the other
Sure.
guys are doing. Obviously, we have 5 startups which I'll introduce throughout the day. Daniel in Spain is with us. Gabriel from Italy is with us there. We even have a guy all the way from Brazil. Alex, how early is it there? Please, did you make it?
Hey everyone. Sorry. It's 7 a.m. here, so I haven't come correctly today. But it's great. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm excited to see what's going to happen.
Awesome. Yeah, we are excited as well. So yeah, today we're in Frankfurt. Frankfurt is a great place for having an accelerator. It's a great place for having startups. We have the major banks, the major financial institutions of mainland Europe are based here. And there's a lot of wealth accumulated in the city and the surroundings, which is great for investments as well. And you're going to meet some of the mentors of Accelerator Frankfurt that make the program unique what it is. Monday, 27th of April, we are now. The main news is that here we have to start wearing masks when going to public places. I think it's actually great. I encourage everybody that's watching to wear a mask, not so much to protect yourself, but to be considerate to others. I want to thank the sponsors that made this program possible, starting with Silicon Valley Bank. Silicon Valley Bank launched less than 2 years ago in Germany here, and they've been supporting the whole ecosystem in the country. Secondly, we have Metzler Private Bank, which we've been working with for the last 6 years. Helaba Digital, one of the largest banks in Germany, and basically Helaba Digital also has a venture capital fund, and they make venture capital investments that actually help internal with the bank. And last but not least, our first sponsor, Frankfurt Rhein-Main. Frankfurt Rhein-Main GmbH, it's the main international marketing arm of the whole Frankfurt Rhein-Main region. I really want to thank you all for the support. We couldn't have done it without you. So a big, heart warm welcome comes out. So the whole production and live stream, Tim Meggert and his team are doing it remotely. It's amazing what technology can do here. And I do hope that if any of you wants to do something like this, just contact me. I'm happy to connect you with the production team. Going forward, I need to thank obviously our strategic partners. They are part of the program. They're an integral added value to the program. We have Die Firma from Wiesbaden, digital marketing firm. They work with the startups on their messages, basically. Then we have our new strategic partner, which is Deep Work. We've done a couple of sessions with them. It's a lot about how to do remote working, and it's about product and business development. We're supported by Taylor Wessing, which is the law firm. Everybody needs a law firm, especially when you're dealing with fintech solutions and blockchain. So Taylor Wessing is supporting with the consulting part to the startups. And last but not least, our partner accelerator in Israel, A2B. I want to give a big shout out to A2B, the whole startup, the whole alumni there. Thank you all for the support. We're live in 3 platforms, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. We want to continue growing the Twitch user base. Our goal by the end of this program is to reach 500 members. So please follow us on Twitch. It's basically Accelerator Frankfurt, one word. Now, since we're live stream, we really need to be conscious of time. So I want you all to always have the watch in front of you. Today you'll be pitching 5 minutes. Make sure it is 5 minutes. And throughout the week in your mentoring sessions, you will have about 50 minutes per session, 50. So be conscious of time. Maria and I will be in those meetings. We'll help moderate them and coordinate that everything goes well. But it's an online program. Things can go wrong, but time is very important. Now we will take breaks to allow you guys to go and pee, get your coffee, whatever it is you need. But in general, the program will be live streaming between 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. CET. It's only the first week that we're actually doing between 12 and 5 CET. But then the weeks that follow will be live streaming 3 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday between 12 and 4 p.m. All the startups have been invited to our Slack channel. There we do the internal communication. Our key contact is our analyst, Leon Eriksson, which is here with us. Leon, wave, hello. So if you need any admin issues, quick things, feel free to contact Leon. Very important, I want you all to take notes. I can't stress this enough. You're going to get a lot of feedback during this first week. And now I'm talking to you, the startups. Take notes, compile these notes towards the end of the week, make a summary and share it with us. The mentors will also be taking notes. They'll also compile them and share it with us. Maria and I can then look at both sides of the notes and then start debriefing with the startups. At the end of the day, in these 4 intensive weeks, we want to condense this basically 1 year of work into 4 weeks. That's what acceleration is all about, and I'll get to that in a bit. Another thing is be open. Be open to feedback and be open to learning. I've worked with serial entrepreneurs that have made in excess of $100 million exits, and they still come back to accelerator programs. You would think they've done it, they've seen it. No, they still come back for the network. They still come back for the feedback. Be open to learning. The more open you are, the more you will get out of the program. Some of the workshops that we'll give maybe are a bit basic for you guys, because most of you have already raised your initial funding. But be open to listen. It doesn't hurt repetition, and our approach works. It works wonders. Accelerator Frankfurt has not been voted one of the leading innovation labs for nothing. So follow the program and you'll get the max out of it. And I also say this not only to be open for the mentors. Don't forget, you have a wide audience watching on live stream. This audience could be potential investors that are following a particular startup through the program. It could be potential clients of yours or potential employees for future who will apply for jobs. So always keep that in mind and be sincere, be open, be yourselves. Since we have the Slack channels, it's best to work also with the other teams. We've seen the teams that most succeeded were the teams that collaborated, that shared information with one another. And also we've selected you for particular reasons. You will notice that you will have potential synergies. So one team could use the product of the other team, and the other team perhaps could connect the one team to their network and so forth. We have the law firm. If you need particular workshops, please suggest it. Also for the people that are watching us live, we have a suggestion box, we have the chat. If you are interested in particular workshops that we'll broadcast, let us know. cap tables are very interesting to learn about. Phantom shares, for example, how to build employee compensation plans. Stuff like these are quite interesting, especially as you scale the startup. I want to continue on to the production plan, but before that, are there any questions from you guys, the entrepreneurs? Don't be shy. All good? All clear? Yeah? Great. Excellent. Daniel from Amon. I mean, when I read through your materials that you sent me last week, I was actually quite impressed by how much you guys have achieved with so little resources. The mentors will see this once you go into the mentor sessions. But how do you do this with only 24 hours a day?
I think we don't sleep much. No, yeah, I think we put a lot of efforts and energies. So we have a great team. We will present a little bit also in the pitch, but we also got some support. You know, last year we joined another acceleration program. We are also part of another acceleration today. So we are really happy to be here. And I totally agree with you, you know, that from accelerations, you always learn a lot. You see a lot of other companies, you see other entrepreneurs, and every time you learn a new aspect. Yeah. So these in different sides, you know, for example, the pitch we have now is quite different from the pitch we had last year, even if the product is of course the same. But yeah, everyone gives you a different inputs and perspective. So I'm sure we're going to gain also other knowledge in this acceleration program. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, everybody, you need to understand, I did not give you any guidance for the pitch you're about to do in front of the mentors. And we did that for a reason. And just like Daniel said, that the pitch they have now is different from what they had, I can assure you that the pitch you'll do today will probably be different from the pitch you'll do in 4 weeks' time. Yeah, Gabriel, coin roll. I love actually the background that you have there. You're a UK-based company, but you're working remotely with Oleg. Oleg, I'm not sure, in Eastern Europe somewhere, probably Hungary, was it?
No, actually from Moldova originally, but of course grew up in Frankfurt and now in London.
Awesome, awesome. And yeah, Oleg grew up in Frankfurt. He showed me earlier his Frankfurt shirt. And where are you, Gabriel? And why are you from the UK?
Yeah, I'm now in Naples, in the south of Italy. So I decided to self-isolate with sun and good food for at least the next 2 months. And then I'm going to go back to London.
Awesome. Wow, amazing. Okay, and Jens, you are in?
Yeah, also in Finland, Helsinki. So just like with Sven and Jonathan. And I actually came to Finland about 20 years ago. So really long time. And I come close from Frankfurt. So, so I know that city also very well.
Wow, a German living in Finland. Maria, you're from Finland, in case the viewers don't know. So how do you see the startup ecosystem in Finland? Has it developed in the last few years? You're a business angel there, right?
I think the Finnish ecosystem is quite versatile. I mean, it's amazing that we found one blockchain company from Finland that is actually founded by 2 Swedes and a German. But you know, that's life. That's I think shows how international the world is. But I think what the Finns do well is that they really support the startups. There's a lot of good funding, you know, provided for startups. So I'm sure the guys can tell better about that. But I think it's similar to Israel, small ecosystem. So you really need to, you know, think globally from the day one.
Awesome. Okay, I'm going to go now through the production plan. The production plan is basically what is going on, what is going to happen in these 4 weeks. And we're basically starting off now. I'm just giving you a little bit of a rundown. At 1 o'clock European time, Central European time, all our mentors will be joining into this Zoom call. Actually, we will go to a different room in Zoom. And the mentors will do a reverse pitch, basically. They will tell you who they are, what's their background, and what they can help you with. You guys, please note down if you find a particular mentor that you would like to have a closer one-on-one session. You would like perhaps to a mentor to guide you with a particular topic that he's an expert in. Just let us know. After the mentors introduce themselves, the startups will pitch. There will be a 5-minute pitch, and the mentors are there to ask questions. Not necessarily, they don't have to ask questions, but if there are questions, we will do. And then after the pitching, we will go to our last session of the day, which Maria will be giving it. It's about business models versus lean startup model. And the reason for this session is because tonight you're going to have to work on your business canvases, because throughout the week, starting from tomorrow at 12 p.m. CET, there's going to be mentor sessions. In each session, there will be between 3 to 5 mentors. For 50 minutes, you're going to have to talk to them about your business. Now, I don't want you to pull up your slides. They have seen your slides today. I actually want you to go through the business canvas model, which is really explaining to them what is the problem, what have you found are the potential solutions, and then like what do you have in place, what are your advantages, and you can go very easily through that business canvas and develop a discussion. If possible, one of your team members should take notes, because the mentors will be shooting questions, hard questions. Collect the feedback. If you have a good reply to it, always give it back to the mentor. But the idea is really be open to the feedback by these mentors. Hopefully, you can clarify the mentor's concern. By the way, this is live stream, so it's not only to the mentor who you'll give clarification, you'll give it also to the people who are tuned in to the live sessions. So this is the first week, it's the mentor sessions. It'll be sessions of 50 minutes, starting at 12 p.m. and each startup has been allocated time where they will go into the sessions. The mentors are joining from various parts of the world, quite a few of them from Israel. We have some from Finland, Sweden, and Germany as well. Now, the week after you got the mentor sessions, basically you'll have so much information you have absorbed. And that's where we really want to start debriefing with you guys. I can tell you from experience, most of the startups have changed quite a lot after the first 3 days in the accelerator program. You will realize what perhaps you should focus less on and where you should put your energy most on. We had a startup, I remember, Smart Mile. I'm sorry for saying the name, and the guys might not like it, but Smart Mile started off with 2 business canvas models, simply because they realized, hey, we're actually building 2 startups at the same time. And it's never a good idea. It's never a good idea to go to an investor and pitch in 2 things. No, one thing, focus, and that's it. And Smart Mile very quickly, and this is why I say be open to feedback, they actually let go of 75% of what they were doing. And the 75% was even bringing a bit of cash flow, but they let it go and they focused on the 25%. And this is why today they're quite successful in what they're doing. So this is one example of how this first week can really shake you guys up. We're going to go on the week following, we're going to start the digital marketing sessions. And the digital marketing, at the end of the day, it's trying to find why is it you're doing what you are doing. At the end of the day, there's the why. Many of us communicate how we're doing it or what we're doing it, but deep down, we forget to communicate why. And this comes out in all your material, whether it's your one-pager, the pitch decks, your website, your communication to clients. If Maria or I are going to connect you to an institution, to a potential client, the first thing they'll ask is, hey, could you please send me some information? We'll check and we'll get back to you regarding a meeting. If we send them a 30-page slide deck, it'll get lost in translation. So the communication has to be precise and focused. And this digital marketing firm does wonders at the end of the day. There's going to be, on the 7th of May, a workshop by Liron Glickman. Liron, she's from Israel. She has worked with some of the largest corporates in the world, such as Google and Apple. And she's basically going to give a workshop on how to build an image that supports your brand and growth globally. Extremely useful information. Liron does these workshops for a living. This is her full-time job, and she's kindly offered to come on Zoom and talk to you guys and take your questions. Then this workshop will be followed by a good friend of mine, Karan Degani, who will want to hear your overall story. So you will be pitching to Karan, and Karan will give you feedback. Why is Karan qualified to do this? Is because Karan is a serial entrepreneur. He made his first exit just before the dot-com bubble. He had a company called Geschenk 24, and he sold it to Metro Group. Ever since, he's built great companies. He's worked with some of the leading VCs in Germany, and overall a great guy. To book Karan takes me about half a year in advance notice because the guy is extremely busy. So we're pretty lucky to have him with us. Then we have our second strategic partner who is giving, they're called Deep Work Studios, and they will give a product business design workshop. They're designers, but the workshop is done all with collaboration tools for remote teams. And since most of us are remote teams, it's an extremely valuable workshop, which will then also do a short brainstorming and help to see on what key areas to put our focus. And last but not least, the workshop, before the Maria's workshop, there will be also a workshop coming from Nimrod Kremer. Nimrod Kremer is a good friend of mine from Israel. He's one of the first entrepreneurs I've worked with. He failed pretty harsh with his first company, but now he's running a successful company, got investment from a Japanese corporate. And Nimrod will guide us through common mistakes of early stage entrepreneurs. And this workshop will be followed by another good friend of mine, Doron Cohen, successful serial entrepreneur from Tel Aviv. Doron built an extremely successful business with 150 employees operating in 5 countries, and now is on to his second startup. And Doron, what's great about him, his workshop will be about pivoting. And he's the master of pivot. Doron actually pivoted 4 times with his first startup. And every time he did a pivot, and if you guys don't know what pivot is basically you're doing one thing, but then you change a direction because you find that let's do this thing because it's better for the company. And Doron pivoted 4 times, and he did it every time while his first direction was quite successful and it was bringing in cash flow. But he actually saw an opportunity that, hey, yes, this is successful, but we could get a bigger share of the pie by pivoting. So always be open to pivot, because at the end of the day, I have never seen a single entrepreneur that his startup is set up to do from the beginning what it's doing now. You all pivot at the end of the day. And then this is just about it. Maria, she will give a behavioral profile workshop. Maria has her master from INSEAD for organizational psychology. We as business angels, our first criteria is to invest in strong teams. And the number one reason why teams or startups fail is because the team breaks up. So again, and it breaks up because a lot of miscommunication. Maria, do you want to give a short, give us a short wrap up of this behavioral profile workshop that you're giving?
Sure. So I can say a couple of words about that. Okay, I'm seeing myself double. Yeah. So the idea is that we will, when you think about behavior, it's the perception is reality, and it's very important to understand that behavior can be changed. And when you work with teams or selling your product to clients, you want to be able to communicate the best way possible. And that's why what we try to do with the workshop is to help you understand your strengths and weaknesses. And when you are building your team, to understand what kind of people you need, more to have in it, to have a diverse team. So that's in short. You will get an separate email about that, and yeah, you will need to fill in your own survey and then have 5 other people to evaluate you. It's very easy, simple thing to do. It will not take a lot of your time, but the results are amazing.
Cool. Yeah, so that's the behavioral workshop. The first time I did it was, I think about 5 years ago, and it changed my life. Maybe more aware and more understanding and empathic. And then we're going to the last week of the program, and this is more flexible. We have not set it down in stone yet, but we also have some slots for you guys, the startups, to run your own workshops. For example, if Gabriel from CoinRule would like to run a workshop regarding trading, crypto trading, for example, you're more than happy. So please suggest it to me, and we can send out invites to all these crypto traders or wannabe crypto traders, basically. The same with Alex from Unilogging or Engrave Security. So please feel free to suggest, and we can host workshop online towards the final week. And we will have basically a demo day where we will invite investors to tune in to watch your final pitches. And the demo day is probably set for 21st of May. Again, when I say probably, everything's open. We're startups. We do everything last minute and so forth. So that's about it on the program. I know there's a lot of information to digest. Any questions, guys? No questions. Okay. So Jorge, are you with us? Jorge Santos? Are you with us? Wanted to ask,
yes,
there you are. Where are you based at the moment, and where does your name come from? Where are you based? Sorry, we didn't hear.
Sorry. Well, now I'm in Portugal. Well, I'm always back and forth, Finland and Portugal, but now I'm stuck here, so I have to stay here for a while.
Yeah.
That's good to go. But essentially, yeah, I mean the sunshine, Portugal, wonder country.
Awesome. What startup do you represent? People don't know.
Valega.
Valega. Very good. So the guys are basically up in Finland and you're down in Portugal. So it's quite a lot of the time difference, 2 hours, I would say. Now.
It's more or less. I was in Finland. I just returned to Portugal like 6 months ago, more or less, because now I'm kind of based here. But like I said, I'm always back and forth, at least before the pandemic.
Yeah.
So it's easily manageable. 2 hours, it's almost nothing.
Okay, and Jonathan, you are in Finland, right? How does it look to you, the program? Intense so far, what I talked about?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm based here in Finland, actually, and seen a program, a lot of new things to experience. And so I think it's good. I think it's going to grow really the aspect of everyone. And I think this is the key. If you really want to develop as an entrepreneur, you have to be sort of open for new things and go outside of your comfort zone and just be ready to learn. And I think with that mindset of the whole team, I think we can really go, well, sky's the limit.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome. So look, the program, takes time to put it together. We normally run a 3-month program. We do it all face to face. The online program has not been any less time to put it together. Perhaps even more time to get all the mentors to join. When I spoke to the mentors about this and asked their opinion about doing a live stream, most of them were actually all for it, and they loved the idea. So that's great, and I will welcome the mentors in about 25 minutes. You have the services on the production plan, basically, and use them. Our strategic partners normally charge for these services. You should use them, make the most out of it, whether it's the digital marketing, the law firm, Deep Work, or Maria. Maria, she's doing executive coaching for senior executives here in the city, and you have her now during the program. So definitely feel free to reach out if you need deeper insights. You need, at the end of the day, Maria and I are not your bosses. We're your connectors. We connect as your salespeople, as your ambassadors. We're not your bosses. You need to manage us, not we manage you. The more you manage us, the most you'll get out of this program. Okay? So be on top of us. Tell us what you need, and we'll do that for you. I want to bring your attention to 2 more things. One of them, we can get you cloud storage from AWS, Amazon Web Services. If you need that, shoot me an email and I'll connect you. We have Pipedrive, a CRM software, which offer the accelerators and free access for a set period of time. And if you look in our website to our partners, there's a few more. There's FastBill for accounting and so forth. So you can look there, and there's a lot of freebies that you can get being part of the alumni. And the second thing, very important, is if you do want us to connect you with someone in particular, you need to facilitate that. And what I really like are forwardable emails. It's basically emails written in a way that all we need to do is to forward them onward. So if you need me, Valega, you'd like to connect to one particular financial institution, just hey Ram, as we spoke, we think that we can bring XX to this company, and I'd be happy to get a meeting, perhaps with the Chief Information Security Officer. Sending you a short deck, and let me know. And then I don't need to write that email. I simply forward it to Mr. X, and I say, as spoken, see below, sending you some information on Valega, and hope we can set a meeting. So really write the emails in a forwardable way with the basic info that you want this person to see. Yeah, okay, what else I'm looking? So prepare today when the mentors are on and during the mentor sessions of this first week for heavy grilling. On Zoom, even though you have 50-minute a day of mentoring sessions, it's still 3 to 5 mentors, and it can be quite tiring. So be prepared, take a good night's sleep before, and do your best at the end of the day. Be open to feedback and take notes. I always will repeat it, take notes, it's very important. You can always go back to these notes and then see maybe you've missed something. So always, if you're two in a meeting, one of you takes notes, the other one speaks. If you see a relevant mentor, again, remember the name and let me know. And most of the mentors are strategic people, business people, investors, bankers. They're not so much crypto guys. They're not very technical. We did set up some technical sessions, of course, but most of them are not. Keep it simple at the end of the day. Engage them. When you're talking to them, you're also talking to the wider audience that are watching live. And basically, not everybody's technical, and you will lose them if you start assuming that they know what you're talking about. Very important. Karan once told me, Karan Degani, who you meet, told me, try to explain your startup in a one sentence that a 5-year-old can understand it. And that's very important. What else? Yeah, for the audience that is watching us, leave your comments on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you're watching us from. We'd be happy to get back to these, answer your questions. We'll do this during the podcasting that we're doing. And we are soon going to commercials, basically to get ready for the launch where the mentors are coming. Any questions? You're all good. You're all following.
Yeah, one thing, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, one thing about, if you want, we can organize a trading session with Ruben, our head of trading. He's a very, very good expert, and he can do some market watch, show you all the limits of where we are at the moment now with all the different crypto coins. So yeah, we will be happy to do it.
I think it's great, and I think you should do it using your tool. Then at the same time, people can actually understand what you're building and how intuitive it is. So definitely, and I'd love to have Ruben on board. Thank you. So we'll talk about that. Okay, guys.
So quick question also, Ram?
Yes.
So the mentoring, like the mentoring sessions is going to start now. Is it already the individual ones, or is it going to be just an introduction to them?
Yeah, so good. I'll clarify. Now it's not individual. So basically, all the mentors are coming up at 1 o'clock, and then after they introduce each one, I'll call you per alphabetical order. You pitch. There's no mentoring sessions today. It's basically you just pitch, and if the mentors have pressing questions, they'll ask. If the audience has questions, they'll put it on the chat and they'll ask. But tomorrow it will be the individual sessions. Okay.
And maybe to clarify, so when you are getting the today we are going to have the workshop about the business models and canvas, and there you will see that we will use this canvas to easily explain your business model for the mentors, for the individual mentoring sessions. So that's why it's done this way, that you can today prepare the canvas, so then it's going to be the base for all the discussions in the future.
Yep, exactly. So let me turn the camera here and
just, quickly here as well. Like, so these pictures that we do now. So, like you said that they have already received the slides and such. But how does it work now? Like technically, is it that we will share our screens and show the slides from our side, or will we just roll with it?
Yes, so the mentors have received a summary that we've written to them. They did not receive the full slide decks. So basically, you will share your screen with your pitch, have your pitches ready, and you will share your screen, and you have that 5 minutes to charm everybody.
Beautiful, thank you.
Good. Look, guys, each of you are basically a potential perfect wave. And we call it Wave7 for a reason. My friends, my good close friends from my surfing time are living in Hawaii. They're making their money from surfing waves. And I'm making my money from surfing other waves. And as surfers, we all look for that perfect wave that comes once in a while. I started surfing when I was 6 years old, and it was always my dream to become a pro. And I always chased it, and I actually realized it. Chasing a dream and doing it is a great feeling. And when my surfing career came to an end, I still surf all the time. But when the actual surfing career stopped, I wanted to keep on being surrounded by passionate people. And what's common between surfers and entrepreneurs is this passion. And when we first met you, and when we first interviewed you, I wanted to find that passion in you before we accepted you. And you all have that inside of you. And this is why when you surround yourself by like-minded people, by passionate people, great things can be achieved. Steve Jobs said it great, that you can do great things as long as you love what you do. You know, and that's the first lesson that surfing gave me, and I've used it in every aspect of my life. The second lesson was about failing fast. Surfing, you catch a wave, you crash, you need to get back and paddle and catch another and maybe crash again. But at the end of the day, you're learning from that feedback loop. And when you look at successful entrepreneurs, it on average takes them 5 times to fail before they succeed. I had my startup at the end of the 90s. And well, I left it quite early on, and my co-founders spent another 2 years of their lives pursuing the startup and reaching the same conclusion. 2 years. Imagine if you had to actually fail 5 times on average, and you fail every 2 years. And don't forget that it's not immediately you start. You need to get back on your feet. You need to get income. It takes a few years to get to your next startup, next one. So failing is one thing about entrepreneurship, but as long as you can take the feedback and learn from it, you will succeed. Winston Churchill, which I love to quote it, he says, "Success is not final, and failure is not fatal." And basically, it is the courage to continue that counts. And I've had situations during my surfing career, actually twice, where I nearly drowned. But I learned from it. I gained experience from it, and I had the courage to continue and get out there. And people ask me, why do I do this? Why do I go and risk my life with these great big waves, you know? And I tell them that once in a while, a perfect wave does come along. And that feeling is something you cannot describe. And it's the same feeling that serial entrepreneurs have. Once a serial entrepreneur makes an exit, he doesn't stop. Success is not final. Why do they go back to set up their next startup and their next one? That's why it's called serial entrepreneurship. And this is why I see you as waves, and I hope to find the perfect wave there. And let me finish up with the last 5 minutes here to tell you about the perfect wave I found once the real wave. And it was at the end of a summer where I was competing all year, very hard. I was not drinking alcohol. I was being as healthy as I can, focused as I can, trying to make it to the Professional Surfing Association. And I wasn't winning enough, and the year was not going well. And it was the end of the summer, and I was on my way packing my things to go back home and join university. And it was the last competition that I was participating in. And basically, I didn't have enough points to qualify to anything unless I won that competition. And I have not won anything throughout the year. You know, winning a competition is 10,000 points. Coming in second is 8,000 points. I needed 9,000 points. So second was not an option, but anyway, I made my peace that this is my last competition, and I thank basically God for letting me experience this. And after this competition, I'm going back home. And I had the same feeling as I woke up this morning. It was a really feeling of excitement. My knees were shaking just before we went live. And I got to the competition and started going through the heats. Basically, every heat is 30 minutes, and you're with 4 other surfers in the water. And basically, I started winning these heats and made it to the quarterfinal, made it to the semifinal, and made it to the final. And God, I've never been in the final. And basically, started surfing, 30 minutes on the clock, catching a few waves, nothing spectacular. And 5 minutes left for the heat to finish. I was not in the lead, and I knew it was my last 5 minutes of trying to be professional. And I stopped paddling. And basically in surfing, you need to keep paddling because usually there's a lot of currents. And it's all about being at the right time, at the right place. And I basically stopped paddling, gave up, and said that I'm going to enjoy these last 5 minutes in the water. And my board started going with the current towards the north part of the beach. And suddenly I hear whistling on the beach. And usually the people on the shore have a better view on the horizon. And they could see a set of waves approaching. So they start whistling. And guess what? The current took me to that right situation, that right place where the waves were approaching to. So I was situated in a perfect location to actually see that wave come in front of me, that perfect wave. And I paddled for it. And 16 years of experience, the right training, hard work, all came down to this one wave and to being at the right time at the right place, to basically make the bottom turn, get into a tube and get a perfect 10 score, which won the competition and earned me a little bit longer time in professional surfing. Unbelievable moment, unbelievable feeling. And at the end of the day, that's the third biggest lesson I've learned, is that hard work puts you where good luck can find you. And I hope you take these learnings throughout these programs, that what we can bring to you. I want to thank you for making my dream come true by being surrounded by passionate people. And you're all a potential perfect wave. And I hope we get the times to celebrate big successes over and over again. With that, I want to leave you, and we'll join now the mentoring sessions. You have the Zoom links. Thank you very much for your attention.
So there's 7 minutes.
Thank you. Ciao.
Maybe you've seen me from a distance. Or you've heard about me. You even may have met up close. But how well do you really know me? So let me introduce myself properly. This is my high five, my low five, A5. This is me. This is me. This too. This is me centuries ago. This is me today. For me, tradition is the foundation for trying out new things. Big and small. It takes me 23 minutes to get to here, from here, to go here. I've shaped the history of commerce. And my history keeps shaping me. I love big numbers, except when it's the small ones that count. For some, I'm the journey. For others, the reward. If you asked people about my strengths, few would say beauty. You know what? I agree. But the thing about beauty is, it's in the eye of the beholder. I think it's time we finally get to know each other. I am the Frankfurt Rhine-Main region. Become a part of it.
Hi, good morning everyone. My name is Daniel. I'm the CEO and one of the co-founder of Amon. I'm Italian, and Amon is a cryptocurrency wallet that we help users to use cryptocurrencies in an easy way. Our wallet is powered by an AI system. Fun fact about me, I dance bachata, not super well, so I think that's the funny part. I became an entrepreneur because I think when you're an entrepreneur, you start to think out of the box. You start to execute things that you have to do on your own, so you don't execute things for somebody else. So it really helps you to grow, to open up your mind and wake up in the morning and do something new and better. So why I created Amon is because I really believe that we can help the crypto adoption. We can foster the adoption of crypto by integrating them with the traditional currencies. So we really saw an opportunity in 2017, which is still there. So we are really happy to focus on this project. My expectation, so I already was part of 2 acceleration program. So I think in acceleration programs you always find good startups, good entrepreneurs where you can learn from. Of course also mentors which can help you in a different parts of the business that you are in. And of course as we are also fundraising, we hope that we can also find some angels investors or some other investor which can help us into delivering our product. So thank you very much. We see us in the online session.
Hi, I'm Alex Van de Sande. I am Brazilian from Rio de Janeiro. Fun fact about me, I was in the Robinhood group that tried to save the DAO from when that happened. Why did I become an entrepreneur? So I founded Unilogin, and the reason was mostly we saw how hard it was to onboard people into crypto, and we believe that there should be a way that users can get into crypto and not have to download MetaMask or Chrome extension or a seed phrase. And we knew that somebody needed to solve that problem at some point. I realized, hey, maybe that person should be me, right? And then I met Marek and we created Unilogin. I hope that we can, from Frankfurt, I'm very happy to be in the Frankfurt Accelerator. And I hope that it's a way for us to weather the storm together. Right? I think we are trying to we started a motion to fundraise before the pandemic, and then the world just changed, and we are like, oh my God, what we do now? And I think this is a great opportunity to lay down a little bit, to focus on just building the startup, learning, making new contacts, meeting great new people, so that when the weather sort of passes, we are still out there and we can focus on just growing the company like we want to. Thank you.
I'm Gabriel, CEO and co-founder of CoinRule. I'm from Italy, but I lived in London for 11 years, so London is what I call now home. Fun fact about myself is that I play underwater hockey, so yes, it is a sport. I play in the Imperial College team, we get all the equipment, we get under the water 5 against 5. It's a lot of fun, you should check it out. I became an entrepreneur because basically I cannot work for corporates. I have always this need to go the extra mile, to disrupt, to change processes that sometimes are obsolete, and that by nature is not something that a corporate is used to, because sometimes they have their own operations that actually are cash cows, so it makes sense not to change them. So I created my first startup 5 years ago already. I was in the fashion business, but even if it was growing, I stopped it because there was no founder market fit. That's what I felt. The second one was a bit of a drama. The team was not right, so it folded itself. And now I'm on the third one, and it's on the right one with my amazing co-founders, Oleg and Zenek. We are on the right path, and we are very happy that we joined the Frankfurt Accelerator. Our expectations for the accelerators are very high. We are very happy to meet fellow entrepreneurs where we can learn from each other, but also to meet the amazing network of mentors across Germany, Israel, and all around the world, as well as connect with the investment ecosystem in Germany. So we are very happy that you joined the program, and looking forward to see you there.
Hi, my name is Ruben Merre. I am co-founder and CEO of Engrave, and I'm from Belgium. Engrave is a blockchain technology company on a mission to radically improve your security and your ease of use when you're managing your cryptocurrencies. Fun fact about myself, I love surfing, and I noticed that Ram, one of the co-founders of the program, is actually an ex-pro surfer. So please accelerate me on that as well. Why did I become an entrepreneur? Well, when I was 8 years old, I had my first tiny little business, and I just loved it. And these days, every day I go to work for Engrave, I just have that same feeling. It's something that comes from inside. It's your nature that says this is what you're supposed to do. What I think I will get out of the program, what I hope to get out of the program is, first of all, obviously grow my network. Secondly, I know that the platform is also used as a due diligence kind of way for potential investors, so I'm confident we will get value out of that as well. And thirdly, we are actually launching our pre-order campaign the 26th of May on Indiegogo. So these 4 weeks are actually running up to that, so I believe we can gain a lot of traction during the time. And obviously, I just want to show you a little sneak peek of our Engrave Zero hardware wallet. Completely offline, you can create and manage your own cryptocurrency accounts. That's it. Next sneak peek will maybe show a little bit more. Thank you very much. Bye.
Hey, this is Ram Shoham, founder of Accelerator Frankfurt. I'm originally from Israel, but grew up all over the world, Spain, Holland, 10 years in Hong Kong. Fun fact about myself, I caught my first wave when I was 6 years old, and I became addicted to surfing ever since. So why did I become an entrepreneur? I have a background in corporate life, but after 10 years I realized that you can make a bigger difference working with smaller companies. In addition to that, I've always wanted to follow my passion. I've always been chasing those perfect waves. And I see startups a little bit similar. You're trying to find your perfect wave. And what do startup entrepreneurs and surfers have in common? It's mainly this passion. So I do what I love. I enjoy being surrounded by passionate people, great entrepreneurs. Accelerator Frankfurt is launching its 7th wave. It'll be 5 startups, predominantly in the blockchain space. The startups are dealing with fintech solutions, regulation technology, and security. So I hope you tune in. We're going to live stream on our Twitch account mainly. It's Accelerator Frankfurt, one word, on Twitch. It'll also be on YouTube and Facebook. See you then. Let's catch that big wave.